The mad scientist?
You're live.
Oh, beautiful. All right. Well, there's some major developments on the show. Good morning, everybody. Here we are on SportsStreamNetwork.com. Jory's already made the face, the schmeg face, where he says, "Oh, you're not on, but you are on. Oh, no, go ahead." And Todd is here. He's happy. He's got a new experiment with a good friend of ours. Well, he wasn't exactly a good friend, but we met him. Wait a minute. I guess we have to address this right away.
What is the problem?
What happened? Your wig deal fell through?
Yes. Yeah. The
yesterday you were saying on the show.
The wig deal fell through, but this custom.
This is quite an outfit you have here.
It hasn't been cut.
You look
yet.
like a wrestling manager.
Well, it hasn't been cut yet, but it's gonna get.
Is this because you lost weight or
No.
because
It's a little oversized, but because we couldn't. I put this together quick. This deal.
I would imagine so. There's no other excuse for it.
No, listen. I told you I had a deal with Cy, the wig.
Cy, the wig man.
Cy, the wig guy.
Don't tell me he also dabbles in pimp suits.
No.
What does he have, a brothel in the back? Where the hell do you get that?
Cy watched the show yesterday.
I like the fact that tags are still on it. Like you're not sure if you're going to keep it. Wait a minute. It says 70. You paid $80 for this thing?
Wait a minute.
You must have hit a slot.
I got this for free. This is part of my deal that I cut with the guy. But, you must
have hit a slut.
No, listen, the cash has not been exactly rolling in.
No. I mean, they keep promising a stock.
So I took it upon myself to go out and go to several of the local entrepreneurs that own businesses and try to make myself a little money.
You're like a human billboard. You're like a NASCAR driver. You're not afraid to go on tape. You'll wear a chicken suit if you had to.
Cy watched the show yesterday and was a little upset about what we were saying and the references to Maury's wigs.
Yes.
And the deal fell through this morning when I went to pick up the wigs.
Doesn't that hate when a wig deal collapses? There's no more deflating feeling. Never mind Roger Goodell.
And, being the fact that
we're going to get, a year's worth of hair pieces? A different one every day.
Every day.
On the eve of a hurricane.
Yes.
Perfect.
And with the deal that you were going to put together with Flex Seal, the wig would never move. I mean,
the thing would flex, but it wasn't permanently sealed, so you could change it. Yes.
And with our new connection with video streaming, this commercial...
this connection is invaluable.
Yes, I mean, between
here we are in the bathroom of my house doing a show. Hoping these guys show up on time and that the equipment works.
Well, listen, Cy, if you are out there and you're watching today, I knew yesterday you were a little disgusted by the references to Maurice.
Did he have to do this to you?
Well, no, he said you should deal with this suit man next door and threw me out of the store.
Was he speaking in Hebrew? What the hell language was he speaking when he sold you that?
I was hoping.
This is my partner on the show. This is where it's gone. We're a month into this thing. We don't know if it's going to happen.
Listen, my rent's due on Friday, okay? If I don't come up with some kind of a deal.
So who are you pushing with this
All
thing?
right, well, here's the
designer
deal.
or the store?
I went to the tailor suit guy next door.
Is that Oscar de la Renta or Oscar de la Hoya that made that suit? It could be either one, right? Did he have gloves on when he sewed that together?
Listen, I was a little depressed at the wig. Due to the fact that I'm follically challenged, I was hoping the wig deal would
wig deal would have been big.
Would have been good for me.
All right, well, you did well, man. The pants are the real thing. I don't know that people can appreciate it.
Listen, the wig deal, just to let the audience know, the structure of the deal was $300 a week and a new wig every day. So,
which is
in
big.
Essence,
I mean, what's a wig worth today?
Well,
a good one could be worth thousands. Think about just from the standpoint of being self-conscious about it. I mean, if you can clear that out of the equation, you can go hit on chicks at a Boca bar.
Anyway, but a real find for me by losing the wig deal, going next door to Tony's Tuxedos.
Tony's Tuxedos. It had to be a guy named Tony. So you that.
Tony's Tuxedos.
Was there a guy that was being a made man that was rather large? That was.
If you've got a prom or a wedding coming up this summer,
stain
remember Tony's. No, this is not.
The guy probably got whacked in the back of the head. There's blood all over the back of his suit. You could get arrested wearing that.
Listen, Tony's is located
Caitlyn
right
Jenner
on the
wouldn't
midway.
even touch that.
Can I do my commercial?
All right, make some money.
Can I do my commercial? I mean, Tony's is located on the midway right there by the Pollo Tropical and Joey's bail bonds. Just pull right in. The greatest suits. This is untailored, but he can cut it to your size. Tony, I hope you like this. I'll be over for the $300 later.
Good luck with that, man. He'll be closed by the time you go to collect your money. I always hate that. Yesterday you come to the show. I mean, you're struggling with stardom.
Well, no.
Oh, yesterday you come to the show, you smell like a curried chicken. And today you look like Superfly, Jimmy Superfly Snooker. Yeah. In between matches, when he thought that he was a warden at a major New York State prison.
Listen, you know,
you look like those escaped convicts. You really do. If Sweat and Matt had had this outfit, they would have, ducked police detection.
You were issued stock offerings.
No, I got some stuff. I got some guilt out of this.
I was offered an iced tea.
I don't think you were supposed to let anybody know that, like the board of directors.
What?
The general's in now.
Not the general.
The general store, yes.
All right.
General Electric actually is going to sue us for this new phone system that we're going to try out on the show today. You can call into the show. We don't know the number yet. We don't know if the phone will ring. Even if people were attempting to call, we don't know if the phone's going to ring. But,
remember, Tony's on the midway between Pollo Tropical
I can't believe you got a deal on that.
And Billy's bail bonds. Billy, I'll be in to see you later too.
What a disgrace! I mean, whoever designed that thing, literally, they should lose their license.
This is a beautiful. I mean, I don't know if you can tell the color.
That thing is classic, though. That's nice. You could wear that like to a bar mitzvah and be undetected. Also,
I did the deal so quick that he was unable to do the tailoring and cut it to fit. So this is just a shell of what it's going to be.
Are you going to do this to us every day? Is that going to be your new thing?
If I can get a new sponsor every day, I figure I can eke out some sort of living.
So you're just working on a one-day basis on this?
By the way,
it's not like a year-round contract. It's like today you get the 3 sticks and then the deal's up.
No, I have to right now.
You got to bring the suit back.
In a perfect world, I could be wearing a wig every day,
right?
Wearing a different suit every day.
You should wear a disguise after this performance. I've often felt that way. Trust me.
And making fistful of dollars. I mean, listen.
You show up at the track like that, we'll lose the deal Volkswagen deal also.
There's a.
It's true.
There's a buy here, pay here lot out on Dixie Highway.
Yes. Yeah, for suits also.
They're willing. No, they're willing.
Looks like you got this in Hialeah though, next to the where it's a duplex and it's a Chinese restaurant and also a clothier.
Yeah, home of the bucket of fried rice.
They have like Santeria, and also you can buy like 2 men's suits there for $100. People are already calling in, wondering what the hell this is.
Yeah, they're willing to.
You have a family and a reputation to protect also.
Listen, the buy here, pay here lot is willing to put me in an automobile, a 1979 Vega, Chevy Vega, and all I've got to do is mention their name on the air. 3 times a week. So I'm putting that deal together too. So
the Vega's a great car, by the way. It was a car of the year in 1972, and then that magazine was sued by everybody who bought one. I had one, and a great story. The end to my, ownership of a Chevy Vega. Yes. It was my first car I bought for myself. Used my Shea Stadium vendor money, paid $2,400 cash for a Chevy Vega. Yeah. Car of the year in 1972. So I have a 73. And I drive it out to California, but by the time it gets to California, it's a shot fighter. It's finished.
It had that aluminum head.
The aluminum block had cracked in half, and I was drinking motor oil just to keep my foot on the gas pedal. That's how much oil this thing required.
Flex Seal deal might have come in handy back then.
Phil Swift couldn't have driven this car over the Hoover Dam. That guy. Where does it? Does he only have those white pants? Is that the thing with that guy? And the degenerates out there will appreciate the Flex Seal reference because that is one of like 4 commercials that play on TVG.
That's right.
We're tuned in naturally all day long. To the detriment, if you have a woman in your life, she begins to suspect there's something wrong with you when all you do is watch horse racing.
That's right.
It's a matter of about 2 months' time. When the sex slows down to once a week, when it gets down to that level, she starts to question what you watch in terms of your sports on TV.
Yeah.
So it's naturally like, is that all you ever watch? She doesn't realize that you're on your cell phone plunging away with Ladbrokes. And then you also have a parlay on 4 British soccer games.
Yeah, you're typing away at your online Churchill Downs account.
But that's one of the commercials that comes up all the time. And the guy looks, he's one of those guys that shouldn't wear white pants. You're taking the jacket off.
Well, due to the fact that you haven't paid the air conditioning
he doesn't
bill.
work in this
it's
room.
Not good.
The landlord sold us a bill of goods.
But anyway, don't forget,
if you're watching,
Tony's Tuxedos and Tailoring on the Midway right next to the Pollo Tropical.
I swear, you could have worn that to my bar mitzvah, and nobody would have known that there was reason to take exception with your outfit.
Listen, Tony's got some good-looking suits. It's just that was the first one I grabbed off the rack today. The fact that it was a little flamboyant, there are some more, mellow tones, which I'll be wearing unless I lose this deal too.
I'm working with a guy with clown pants that can't pull off a wig deal. speaking volumes about our sales and talent departments
Something
here at
about
Sportstream Network.
It's had something to do with you doing that swimming pool thing where the wig wouldn't come off.
That was great, man. Now, what's the deal with the phone? Now, we have a phone that you can call. We're going to experiment with that. And
is that today?
And these guys have rigged up. This is the ultimate, rig job where they have a magic jack. It all depends on the magic jack. Mm-hmm. Another thing that was infamously advertised at great length and with great frequency on the TVG and degenerate channels there. And the guy was a horse guy. You remember? We met him in the elevator on our way to, we were in Louisville for the Kentucky Derby, and I knew a guy that knew a guy that knew the guy, and he said, hey, DeFo, I want you to meet so-and-so. I forget what his name was. But he would later to go on to become a legendary, he accomplished a legendary gambling feat that I would imagine will never be equaled.
Took down the...
he took down a $7 million Rainbow Pick Six. One-day payoff the day before everybody was going all in. And they had a mandatory payoff, and he snookered everybody and got him the day before. Legendary stuff, and then checked out a month later. Yeah. Heart attack while playing a hideous game like soccer. Imagine going out that way. I'd rather be making out with my ex-wife than die while playing in a soccer game.
You're sure? I mean, I've seen your ex-wife.
Oh, jeez.
I spent an evening...
That would be a good show for us to do next. An evening with my ex-wife. We could both have major episodes.
We could.
It'd be good. You know what? We get criticized on the show so far, and we've already given demonstration why this criticism is legitimate. We get criticized on the show because we don't necessarily always concentrate on the heavy sports themes of the day.
Right.
And I wanted to start with a legitimate sporting question today.
Okay.
And that is, what disease has Terry Bradshaw not had that he's hawking medication for now? Seriously. I see him last night. He's got shingles. He's got like a big splotch on his forehead.
No.
And he's holding hands with some old lady in a wheelchair and going, I know exactly what you're feeling. And I'm thinking,
what is this?
What the hell are you feeling? I mean, Terry Bradshaw. First he had like bipolarism or something.
Now it's the heartbreak of psoriasis.
And then I think he had polio. And then the next thing he had, whatever it is, he had diabetes. He was losing toes right and left.
Yes.
And now he's got shingles.
So I shouldn't feel bad that I had the gout. I mean,
No, I mean, it's the only thing he hasn't had. I'm trying to figure out, and maybe we can get some calls on this when we get this thing working.
Yeah.
What disease has Terry Bradshaw not had in his post-quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers career? Because he's hawking medication that comes on, and they don't even bother waiting to get the disclaimer going. They start right out. They have like a body bag with a carcass in it. and the disclaimer is, you could end up like this.
Wow.
And that's it. And they tell you that, look, this stuff is probably going to kill you if you take it, which is my favorite thing, and then it's in the small print there. But they have, like, while that's going on, you're deceptively seeing some lady dancing in a flower field with butterflies flying around her head. As if she was like Oscar De La Hoya after the 11th round of his last fight.
Is this for some new drug that's going to cure...
whatever it is that you have, like whatever Bradshaw has,
yes,
he's got something that can cure it.
The one that's
but now he's getting into weird diseases like that no guy could possibly have. I mean, by heredity alone, it would be virtually impossible. The DNA of this particular guy wouldn't allow him to have like bubonic plague.
Well, there's many of these things that these guys start hawking, and then there's always that disclaimer at the end, which is the thing that scares me.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, they lose me at oily discharge.
Yeah, oily discharge, violent diarrhea.
The next commercial up there was the goose trying to sell you a diaper. I mean, it all comes under the heading of "Have you no shame?" And I think Bradshaw has legit. I liked him too as a quarterback, right? And the fact that he was dumb didn't bother me.
Yeah,
I don't know right. We like the dumb guy.
Your phone's ringing.
Typical dumb jock. Is it working? See if it's an actual caller to the show. We haven't given out a number. This would be a miracle.
No, it's them running a test. They're running a test of the
emergency broadcast system. Oh, that's very good. Yeah, I like the fact they got an on-air test going on. There you go. You can take the call. We get a little echo, but
that's cool though. The echo.
Yeah, work on that thing a little bit.
Calling
hit it with
from
a hammer
cave.
right now. Yeah, we got a wild echo.
Maybe it's because he's so close with the phone.
That could be. All right, well, we have our first in-house
Jury!
Is there a number that people can call that we posted on the screen here?
I don't even know if it's working.
Oh, now it's working.
It works fine.
Yeah, it works fine. Ask us a question about sports. All right. Sort of got it.
What'd you say there?
Yeah. All right. We'll blow that off for the time being.
That's great.
No, it's going to be a wild one.
This
and you
is
people are going to be able to call in and ask us, what the hell are you talking about?
What's
Guy
wrong?
shows up in a purple suit
What's
crying
wrong?
about some lost money from a
Hey,
wig
listen, good
factory.
news. Good news. Good news from the Jersey Shore.
The fudge arrived.
The fudge is en route.
Oh, en route.
Yeah.
Hang up on that guy. All right, it's working. I like the fact we have a technical thing going on, and
Well, that's the very beginning stages of what could end up being
an absolute disaster.
a major network. I
Yeah.
mean, and sometimes you got to.
CBS started this way. You think Cronkite took this call in the air like this?
I just want to put up that peacock and just make a noise for like 5. And these guys.
They should have tone bars before we start.
Yeah.
This gives people a chance to bail out of the show before it actually gets underway.
I think we're kind of like similar to some of those late night shows back in the day when you were a kid and I was young.
Yeah.
The WOR stuff like Joe Franklin.
Tom Snyder, yeah.
Some of those guys.
Snyder was great. Everybody was always ensconced in cigarette smoke.
Everybody was stoned that was watching it, which is probably half of our audience.
Right? Because you had to be an insomniac to be up at 2:30 to listen to this guy. He had a funny looking head of hair, didn't he?
Yeah, no.
He could have used a wig deal.
Who was that?
Tom Snyder, yeah.
Snyder, but
Remember
I
him?
think that was his own hair.
I think it was. He
Joe
just had a weird
Franklin
shaped
kind of
head.
took it from one side and threw it over
Franklin
the top.
was early Trump, yeah.
Yeah, Franklin was great.
How bad, speaking of hair, how bad does Trump look in that stupid red hat?
Man, I don't
He's
know.
going to win it all, though. That was the best bet of the century, 40-1.
Yeah.
Because the biggest asshole is the guy that we're going to elect.
Well, that was the guy's side. He says, F you, I get Trump. And I was out of there, I lost the deal. And I think maybe Trump's going to get...
A various assortment of clown wigs that you were going to... I mean, the people are already indulging you enough with the the purple suit, but...
Well, that suit is going to make me some money, and I'm looking for other sponsors. So anybody else that, you want to see me wear your product or display any of your products here on the air, I'd be happy to do it for a small nominal fee.
You literally, you would take your you would take your thing out and put advertising on that. You would,
condoms or something like
Trojans,
that.
would end up advertising, and even if you had to whip it out on the camera here.
For advertising dollars, we will do anything for the network. Yes, whatever it is.
By the way, if you need a shot of testosterone, I got a guy.
You got the guy.
All right. So anyway, I mean, just amazing that. You would end up...
Some of your greatest sports heroes end up hawking the...
It's a shame. It's a disgrace. It really is. And we talked about it a little bit yesterday with your boy Joe Theismann. You brought him up on the show. And
Jersey Joe Theismann, yeah. Sayreville High School, yeah.
How did he end up? He ended up in the Canadian Football League. That was a disgrace,
at the very
wasn't
end?
it? No, in the beginning.
Here, you guys are connected on the test phone.
All right, test phone. Hello.
Can we put this on speaker so that everyone can hear the question? How do we do that?
We knocked off we dropped a lamp. Oh, we knocked ourselves off the air.
Now we're off the air?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
All right, I'm getting you on the phone.
Hello.
This is great.
Your head's in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right.
It doesn't matter. We're lost
What
here
barber
anyway.
shop do you go to? I might be able to sell that
say
deal.
something on the phone there. Talk to me.
Yeah, hey, you guys over there on Sports Talk, you look like a couple of bozos on the air every day. Why are you wasting your time?
What kind of stupid question is that? Where are you calling from? Must be someplace like Montana where you're probably living in a shack next to Ted Kaczynski.
No, I'm calling from right here in your own backyard.
Have you sent out any packages full of anthrax lately? You flaming D-bag. All right, good.
Thank you very much.
With that, yeah.
This has been a test of a new telephone
emergency
system.
broadcast system.
And
I think we lost the focus on the show, though.
no, this show is totally right on course. The fact that you stuck your head in the camera, where'd you get your haircut? Because I can go and approach that guy. I might be able to do something, haircuts or us,
Could be, yeah.
I could sell some more.
Take a little off the top, very little. That's what I
there's
say.
none
No?
left up there. What are you, a wise guy? But anyway, let's take a quick break and regroup, and we'll be right.
You want to get it back? Are you going to put the suit back on?
No, I'm done with the
I don't know. How
suit.
to get the pants on? That's really the magic question of the day. Never mind the magic jack.
Listen, everything.
How about that guy ate it 1 month after he scored
that's
$7
That's
million
why I
in a
don't even
bet.
play that bet anymore. I never play it.
The pick six, the rainbow pick
When the
six.
pick six
Didn't you hit it?
I did hit it with Evan, but I hit it with you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I hit it with you, but it was a small payout. I mean, it wasn't enough to have a heart attack over.
What a pain.
8,000, 9,000.
Why sniff at that?
5 partners.
You
We got
your
about
nose up at that.
We got about 1,300
You haven't
each.
tried the lobster bisque. How could you turn your nose up at 9
I would
dimes?
never turn my nose up at that. And,
if a guy's going to shovel 9 dimes in front of me, I don't care if it's a 10-way split. It's still a nice piece of change.
no, it was
in
a
any
great,
racetrack.
and it was a fun bet because we all didn't have
We
a lot
had a great
into
time.
it.
Yeah, you were
We had
alive. You were alive.
We had 150 into it, so it wasn't like we were going to
I
die.
know what I was going to ask you about. I mean, are we really going to go out on a limb there and take Texas Red in the Travers? Now what are you buying about this? Because, on the surface, obviously, it's... Did you see Kyle's pants, by the way?
They're purple.
Yeah, so was my jacket.
You're inside out.
It's,
Women are...
Don't worry, no, I just rolled it over.
Women are
'cause it doesn't
fainting,
fit.
at the sight of Kyle in this outfit.
What is this?
It's my
It's
new
this
outfit.
new
I made a deal
yeah, you got a
with
clothing
a
deal.
tailor, and I have to just put on a new suit every day from Tony's Tuxedos. And
It's purple. You could be like with Gladys Knight.
You look like one of the pimps, if not a pimp outright. I mean,
listen,
You need a hat.
I'm gonna get a hat. That's a
Yeah.
brand. That's a Perselli
You
suit.
gotta get a hair hat.
yeah.
I
Is
need
it working?
something to cover the bald spot. I'm blinding people as I
No,
walk
you're
down
looking
the
good.
street.
You're looking good.
Great for you.
It is, but it hasn't been tailored yet. Everybody's giving me a problem with my new sponsor, Tony's Tuxedos, located on the Midway right by Pollo Tropical and Billy's Bail Bonds.
Don't put it on the floor.
Holy moly, man!
Can
you
you
look
take
like
that?
Jimi
Put that in my
Hendrix.
wardrobe room, would you please? And tell my wardrobe girl I'll be right there.
All right, excellent job. So are we going to go out on a limb and take Texas Red?
We are. We're going to take Texas
and
Red
is there
to
any
defeat
realistic chance that will happen?
a very good chance. The early
Isn't it
reports,
possible that American Pharaoh throws in a stinker?
if Texas Red had never gotten injured back as a 2-year-old in the road to the Derby, Texas Red would
Might
have
have won the Derby.
would have demolished this horse.
You think?
And
Okay.
now he is fit and fresh and ready to rumble. And I think you should take all your hard-earned dollars.
Didn't Texas Red win the Breeders' Cup 2-year-old race
Yes.
last year?
Yes.
With a great performance, too.
Yes. Running down
Was
and
kind of left in
crushing
the gate a little bit and came by flying by everybody, won by 10.
And a drunken Kent DeSormo just running by the field.
Kent was he had a bottle of Boone's Farm apple in his hand and a whip in the other.
And celebrating as he went by the wire to the crowd. He did that little
It was great, man.
finger thing.
And you know what was good? I had him, of course, and it was a 7. Had the 5-run second, which I think he was right there. And just
you would have made
a head bobbing
large
photo,
score.
a major score, as I recall. And that's what you want to do on those kind of days. But
Yes.
now, if you can upset the apple cart here, you're going to get obviously a huge price by comparison to what he's worth.
Right.
on
You're
Texas
gonna
Red.
get 11 or
Third
12.
choice,
You're gonna get
'cause-
11 or 12 to 1 on this horse, I think.
Now, do you think it's good? I mean, what's your your ethical racing theory? Is it a positive that this horse is running? Obviously, for the fans,
It's good for the fans.
creates interest.
It's good for
It's good for Toga.
Toga
It's
racing.
good for the racing people all over the country because it's going to stimulate action.
Picnic tables going for $600 a piece.
Just because American Pharaoh's running.
Where we sat for free 2 years or 3 years ago when we
And
went to
our,
Saratoga.
well, you had been to Toga before.
Yeah, when Lord Avey won the 2-year-old race.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice,
that was about 40 years ago.
Beautiful.
So this was my second trip when we commandeered the Duke's plane, and we basically stole the Duke's plane. And told Fast Eddie, Toga, James.
Albany and step on it. That was great, man.
That was a great weekend. But anyway, back to that was a free.
$600 now to buy a table.
The
Well, they
deal-
started charging and they pissed people off.
Well, so what people were doing was buying them for the $50 or whatever it was, and then putting them on eBay for $600. And so it's crazy what's going on
$600 for a table.
for a table.
Now, would you ever be inclined to, take anybody up on that offer? I mean, you're a racing fan. American Pharaoh's out there. If I don't see American Pharaoh run, I don't feel like I'm going to die because I'm still going to be going to the track. But maybe I'm not the guy that this is going to have the appeal to. I'd love to be there and see the race.
I mean,
also.
there was 60,000 at Monmouth the day that American Pharaoh ran for in the Eddie Haskell.
And that was a great thing for the state of New Jersey.
It was, and
But
Fat
these
Boy,
guys are rats that own the horse, right? I mean, they're not doing this for the virtue of the sport.
I
are
hear
they?
they don't pay all their bills.
And what are you going to do, right? They're right now the fair-haired chosen ones.
Yeah.
In the sport, they can do no wrong. Everybody, all of a sudden, purses that were $1 million or $1.6 million, and the other horses are saying, "Okay, let them romp."
What I'm hearing is that Bob Baffert is not too happy about this move. It was pressure from the owners that they wanted to run in this race.
Isn't that great?
Baffert recommended the Philadelphia Park, Pennsylvania Derby,
Yes.
which he thought would be a hop, skip, and a
He was going to run it like Disney World against the carousel ponies.
The
to see if he
Timonium
could get
Fair,
a win. Yes. Could he find like a cheesier track? He's going to run at Agua Caliente.
No,
reopen it for a one-day meet just to have American Pharaoh down there. It would have had Julio Cesar Chavez riding the horse.
Baffert is real good at picking his spots, and we said that yesterday. And I think if he would have gone to the Philadelphia Derby, or Pennsylvania Derby rather, it's a quick $1 million purse. They roll up the bankroll, and then you see him in the Breeders' Cup. That really,
and that would have satisfied people too.
I think the deal he makes, he gets $20 million for the horse after he gets done running it, and
probably a stallion share or something.
Probably
like
gets
that.
a couple of the first.
You get to have
maybe.
that horse tag a couple of your mares that you buy, and you're set for life, right?
I'd like
you get
to
one
tag
more like them.
Tag a couple of mares this weekend.
Have you ever seen it? And that actually is an interesting subject. The worst job in sports. What would come to mind? The absolute worst job in sports. Well, this job's pretty lame right now because the pay sucks, and there's like
I gotta look at
technical experimentation going on.
Dr. Demento over there with the.
We're trying to deliver this comedy, and at the same time, give you the ultimate insight into various sporting events, and these guys are in another world over there.
They don't even care. I mean, but we had to do something for Mickey's Sports Bar. Didn't we?
Yes, Mickey's. Mickey's people paying attention there, Joey? Because Mickey's.
Yeah,
These guys, you talk about
Alan
Alan Brownfeld. We love you, and that was a very noble gesture, and we're big fans of the class gesture. We don't ever make any, but we're big
we
fans
like
of
when they're
people who
made
do.
by others.
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
The guy says, "I tell you what,
care of us at Mickey's.
that 50 I owe you, make it 100. Take your girl out to dinner instead of the usual. Hey, Joe, you got my dough?
And but Mickey's a great spot there. Always.
I really need the money.
A
right?
favorite spot of the horse players and guys that used to go to Pompano
Is that Mickey
Park.
McNichol? Just Mickey?
No, that was just Mickey's
Mick
right on the
Pizzulli,
corner there
where
of Racetrack Road and Andrews.
I love that spot, man.
Yeah, it's in a little bit there to the.
No, it's a perfect spot because you like those offbeat places.
Yeah, and I mean the entertainment there. He's got bands in
You
there
want
now.
South Beach? Go to South Beach. Wear a little scarf around your neck.
They got a little tiki bar outside. It's perfect for me. I could wear some of my new suits from Tony's.
You could wear that in there, and you'd probably take a beating. I would think.
Listen, that suit.
There's a pretty good chance one of those motorcycle guys takes exception with that particular outfit.
Would not be the first beating that I've ever taken in my life.
Well, not over clothes. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing if you stiff a guy.
That I've taken a few of those, but
one thing your bookie says, "Hey, listen, it's 2 seasons now."
But yeah, Mickey's,
actually, you have the kind of bookie that doesn't have the money.
Yeah, a bookie never pays me when I win. I mean,
that was great, man.
That was
you
ridiculous.
Go to collect at some grocery store, some Asian grocery store, where the guy tells you to meet him, and you're so desperate to get this cash. I mean, which was well deserved, right? The guy owed you like 2 dimes for
it was a great
Super Bowl proposition bet.
It was the greatest proposition bet ever. It was 10-1.
But you know that he lost every bet that he made himself.
No, I know he kept the bet, never put it in, and that's why he couldn't pay me. I mean, the guy's supposed to put him.
You had like the first touchdown in the Super Bowl. It was like 10-1. Some schmank that you would have never figured would have caught a ball in his life.
Anquan Bolden. I mean, come on, that was easy.
Bolden. All right, none of it is easy. You don't know what's going to happen.
Big, monstrous tight end. I figured if
some
the Ravens...
bozo gets tackled for a safety, you lose.
The Ravens had 2 shots at that point. Either Ray Rice was going to run it in. This is before he beat up the girl and his wife in the elevator.
Right.
Or Anquan Bolden's going to catch a little out pattern in the end zone.
Which he did.
Flacco threw to Bolden.
And it was
up
what?
2,000.
It was like 12-1
It was 10-1, and it was a $200 bet or whatever.
200.
What was it? It was
on 20. No, 200. I think you were going to collect a big, sum of cash.
It was 2,000.
And then all of a sudden, your bookie, who more than readily took your calls before the game, all of a sudden could not be found.
Scotty,
Network not in service.
Scotty, don't call me now the bookie. Yeah.
Not that we want to name names here,
no,
but
I don't care.
Large friend of yours, yes.
I'd like to see you pick him up and knock the crap out of him. Really,
but he has the audacity to meet you at the proposed site. At the time, he's late.
Yeah.
Right. Smoke is coming out of the engine of his car, so you're thinking he's driving a '73 Vega.
Oh, right. I mean, the guy
like a brown one, like one of the ones that you would only find like now in Mexico City.
And then he came out with "There'll be no money."
Well, he had like a very small portion of it, not enough to even make a dent.
Yeah, like
but if he gives it to you, in his mind, he paid you
9% of what he owed.
He's got $8 for you, and if he gives it to you, he paid you, and then on top of that, he wants you to buy him a beer, in in this,
I think
convenience store that he made.
actually, I mean, really, he gave me $100 and a sandwich from the 7-Eleven. I mean, wrapped in plastic.
That was a disaster, yeah. But I mean, that's the trouble with this sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, now with this overseas, whatever it is,
when is that going to change, though? I mean, where it's in the States, it's got to come.
Well, they still send
Your boy Chris Christie, if he stuffs another donut in his face before it happens, he'll probably never see the day. Didn't he have the lap band surgery, this guy? What a disgrace he is to your state.
The lap
Chris
band,
Christie, how could anybody vote for him?
He popped the lap band. He just blew it up.
I mean, his people literally are like laying down on the bridge like it was Woodstock or something, and they were protesting some hippie movement. And, he blocks traffic because he's pissed off about something.
Right.
And then, he says he has no knowledge of this. And then, here are the Jets struggling. Here are the Giants. They play their home games in the state of New Jersey, the great state of New Jersey. And this fat slob is stuffing burritos in his face in Jerry Jones' box at a Dallas Cowboys game.
What's going on with that? That's really bad.
And wearing a stupid, ugly sweater. I mean, on top of that, disgracing the state of New Jersey. How are the people down on the dock supposed to relate to that?
Nobody. You could see that his poll numbers are garbage.
0.0. Blutarski had better numbers. Yeah. That's never a good sign. Shaking. You were in the middle of a brilliant theory about Chris Christie.
No, I wasn't, but it's so funny when you see the camera start rocking and rolling.
Well, it's going to be soon because you wanted to get into
that was not an earthquake, and it was not any part of the hurricane, which that's what
Erica,
I wanted to
yeah, you wanted to go into
Can we take a quick
some
break
hurricane preparedness. All right, let's do that.
And then we'll just come back and we'll do a hurricane preparedness.
Yes.
There's a hurricane.
Do you have a sponsor there?
I do.
I'm surprised you're not holding, some jackhammer.
Anthony's aluminum shutters for all your hurricane needs. Yeah, no, I got something else working there.
Yeah, it's, don't putter. Put up a shutter. No, I don't know. I mean,
need you to write some copy.
It never worked. Like, I'm a Jewish guy, and I don't mean to impugn the integrity or ethnicity or anything like that. But
about me?
Well, no, we're not really good at putting up like safety precaution stuff.
No,
not good at all at this. I used to hang that one shutter.
You were putting up Scotch tape on
the garage window. All the other windows were exposed. But see, I already know how I'm going to go.
Yes,
I'm going to get hit in the head with a coconut someday. That's only right, proper, and it would be significant. And so today or tomorrow could be the day, right? Because the coconuts are blowing like there's no tomorrow.
The news girl this morning, Julie Durda on Channel 10.
Who you only watch for what? One reason. Because she's hot.
She looks good. She's smoking hot, right? I mean,
Can you remember anything she said?
Yes.
All right.
I noticed the cone of death that they showed.
Oh, yeah.
The middle of the cone was directly here behind the bank.
Oh, no doubt, man. It was right up my ass.
Like
every
your
time,
house is in the middle of the cone.
You would think you're going to have some waterboarding coming. I mean, the way that they... No, it always has a bullseye on my ass.
It does.
Always. And it's kind of, unnerving, you would have to say. Because you're thinking anything could happen with this stuff.
Well, listen, I've got several things
It's moving right, though.
The average, the show...
Remember Joe Nedney, the left-footed kicker for the Dolphins, and everything he kicked kind of went over to the right.
A little hook
Yeah, that's how the shape of the cone of death is.
He once kicked one right over my head. I was in the first row. It went over my head, curved back into the field of play, and through the uprights. I mean, it was.
We're back to crying the boy that cried wolf, though, here in Florida. I mean, for the people out of the state. Well, now you can appreciate it. I remember when Sandy was blowing overhead, and it was like 400 miles offshore.
Speaking of Christie.
Yeah, and I'm on the phone with my friend Ira, the Mr. Met out of New York, who's coming down here to see the Mets go and clinch maybe.
Yes.
On September 6th, we're going to be at the game with the Marlins, and courtesy of your man, the great Mike Nyman, and mine. I mean, terrific guy, Gulfstream. We'll see him out there tomorrow. And that could be they're up 6 and a hook. They could be clinching, but I was telling him I'm on the phone, and palm trees and coconuts are blowing by my windows. And they're reporting that this storm is heading towards the New York, New Jersey area where it might make landfall.
Right.
And it's 400 miles offshore here. And I said, if that's 400 miles offshore here, you really need to, get ready for this.
Right.
And they're laughing. Here's some clown from Florida telling a guy in New York about hurricanes, right? I mean, we get smacked in the face on a daily basis.
Yeah. And
sure enough, it was unbelievably devastating.
Well, yeah, New Jersey and New York, Long Island, they got whacked.
They're still talking about it, right? Like, they're only everybody in you go to the casino and the dealer's talking about, after Sandy, it was never the same here. And I'm thinking, okay, that was like a few years ago, but it's true. You go in Atlantic City, some of the places still have plywood in the windows.
Well, it's
you know
not,
what never works? Putting that little taped X of
what does that do?
Masking tape on the window. Like
I think if the window breaks, it holds the glass together, maybe. So,
oh, really? Is that what happens?
I don't know. I mean, if you hit it with a coconut at 100 miles an hour.
The stump of a palm tree comes and hits you in the Adam's apple. I don't know that it really matters anymore.
You know, it's funny, though, when we had that bad one that ripped through here a few years ago, and we're going to take a break eventually.
Yeah, we got to do that because...
there was... All the power was
after
out.
After wearing those purple pants, you probably got to take a leak.
3 counties. 3 counties were out of power. Everything was dead. And
these guys have looked overly concerned the whole show, though. That's not encouraging.
Mr. Fudge over there.
Yeah. His jaw is dropping to the ground like that.
I don't know.
I got a lot of work.
Oh, he's mystified.
I'm doing your social media while you're.
Oh, there you go.
Good.
Right, very good. Yes, we're big on social media.
Any of my sponsors sending any information?
You're not going to get the wig deal resurrected.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm working on Cy. As a matter of fact, I got an appointment right after the show. I'm hoping that he watches and sees what a great presentation I made with the sports jacket and suit, and that he reconsiders. Because
this is not good, right?
What is that?
This just came through on my email. A copy of your hotel folio is enclosed. We hope you enjoyed your stay.
Oh, no, you're all right.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
It doesn't say, like, Dear Mr. DeForest, due to the broken mirrors and things in the room.
Who was staying with you in the room?
Yeah, right. Your room looked like, what was that guy who was famous? The guy
Joe Walsh.
Joe Walsh.
Yeah, he was great. Hotel trashing was his number one thing. All right, quick break, and we'll come back. Hurricane preparedness with Jersey Kyle Martinez.
Yeah, Jory, go ahead and run my Steel Fudge commercial and my Nissan promotion. Can you run those?
And the people, the crazy people at Deal Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure out our radio Larry the Leaper,
and
the Leaper competition.
The Deal Volkswagen guys are insane.
They are insane.
I mean, really, there's going to be
their minds,
some examinations done on some of those people. I mean, they're putting up a 300...
3 sticks a week.
A week. For Beat the Leaper. If you have an opinion in football and you can beat the Leaper, which, the guy is lost 90% of everything he says.
There isn't anything... Mush in Bronxdale was a better handicapper.
Better handicapper than the Mush.
The Leaper, yeah.
You can win a $300 gift certificate to either Christine Lee's or Frankie's Sports Bar and Grill there at the racetrack. Total courtesy of Deal Volkswagen.
Yeah. We should do one of our shows from Frankie's there, and we'll show everybody what it looks like.
Yeah, maybe we
can. All right, let's take that quick break. We'll come
burger.
back and take you guys up until about 12 o'clock here on the show. Of course, you can watch this thing all day long.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I saw you had Jory by the throat. You had him like one of those deals.
Well, we had a technical meeting.
First you were challenging him on the basketball court. Now you're like
he challenged me on the basketball
him.
court. No, I just told him yesterday, I said, look.
I think he shoots that fadeaway out of the corner all night long.
I said there's a lot of guys out there that might actually want to watch this, but between 11 and 12, they're jammed up.
Yes.
I mean, you've been jammed up. You got stuff you got to do.
I'm usually asleep at 11 o'clock.
And
a lot of people were putting him to sleep right now.
And I'm usually out soliciting new sponsors for our show.
Yes.
So I told these guys, I said, listen, if that show's not up by noon every day, I'm going to give both of you a beating right out here in the parking lot. Jory says, go ahead, try me. Todd jumped in the middle. You saw what was going on. It was a little
back. It was great, yeah. And then when he suggested that you launder some American Seawall money into the advertising account, so that we might be able to pay you with your own money.
The guy basically, he said, listen, if you want it on the air by 12 o'clock...
We'll give you 60% of your own money.
He says, you better come up with some cash, and then
You got to love it. You're making them look bad in front of the investors.
No,
all right, let's take that break. We're coming back. Well, we're getting a mixed bag of crap out there.
He thinks the hurricane's coming today. It's not coming today.
I think it already hit. What are you talking about?
Don't worry. When we come back, we got a list of everything you're going to need.
This is must do.
Things that you will need in order to prepare yourself for the oncoming Hurricane Erica or
remember Brian Norcross, man? I love that guy. He literally would come on a set with an executioner's mask on. And you didn't know it. You thought you were tuning into a Hopkins fight.
Who was the poor guy that they would always tie to a stop sign? And
that was always the sports guy.
We're going to go out to our live report.
Some ex-Dolphin player, would be out there on Hallandale Beach. And the only thing that would blow by it was wigs you were trying to secure for your advertising services.
I want to know what the deal is with that. The guy who's hanging on
sand blown in his face.
He's hanging on the stop sign. He's blowing away. The sand blown. But the camera guy don't budge.
No,
I mean,
he's steady as a rock, man.
Nothing happens.
No, because he's passed out because he's in fear of his life. What are you talking about?
Steady
Those
as
waves
a rock,
are coming in,
though.
just blowing, right into the next building behind these guys.
All right, listen.
All right, you take that time out, and we'll come back in a
right.
minute.
We'll be right
Finish
back.
things off. These guys still experimenting. We'll have a phone number that you can call on the show.
That's gonna be good.
You imagine? Yeah, I got a question for you. You think the Yankees can win the wild card? I'll hang up and listen. That's what you're gonna get.
That will get a one-word answer. No, and that's it.
That's it.
Unless A-Rod starts producing a little bit.
What is he doing now, A-Rod?
Yeah, he ran out of juice.
I would think so, yeah.
Not juice.
Because his guy's going to
Juice.
jail. That guy, Yuri Sukart, he's going to the slammer.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, that connection to Mexico City isn't so easy to make anymore. I'm telling you.
I no can believe. I no can believe.
I know where you can get the stuff, man. All right, we'll come back in a minute here on SportsStreamNetwork.com. Stay with us, and we'll finish things off in a moment. Excellent job there with the outfit. Was killer, man.
volume. Dance, dance, dance.
Here we go.
We are back.
We're back on the air here.
Are we on the air?
Jory has been just a wild man here today.
I don't know what was
to
going
make of
on
this guy.
outside, but yeah, they were.
Well, they were checking the skies, and we're coming here from South Florida. That would be Fort Lauderdale. People never know what to make of it. Is that Miami?
Where are you guys coming from? Where are you at?
Yeah, is that anywhere near Pensacola? People think, like, when I was in New Orleans, there in Louisiana, people say, oh, yeah, that's near Pensacola. I was down there. Like, Pensacola's another world.
Right.
It's crazy. But anyway, and they may be vulnerable, right? Because sometimes those hurricanes, I don't know how they do it. They loop their way through all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And now we got this tropical storm, which one of my favorite words that I always hear when they're talking about this stuff is dissipating. And it sounded like it was falling apart. But you had your hurricane preparation test to see if you were ready.
Well, I felt, what the things that you really need.
Yes.
What would you really need? And I know they give you this whole list on the local news reports. You need batteries. You need, what else?
Flashlights, batteries, ice. No
You wouldn't-
ice. You can't do anything with
Well,
ice.
you
can
would.
you?
I mean,
You can put it in a cooler.
If you have one of those really good coolers,
Yeah.
that seals up nice,
Might last you a day or two. Water, definitely water.
Yeah, you would need.
We
water.
went out and bought 2 cans of tuna fish. Does that set
Well,
us up?
that's good. I mean, at least you're
We
covered.
normally wouldn't buy any canned tuna, but we bought 2 cans just in case.
Just in case you got to make a sandwich or something, and
Yeah.
you're a little hungry.
I've had no power for like a week plus at a time.
I mean,
a couple of
you
times.
need plenty of cold beer, I would think.
That would be the first thing. And then how do you get access to the racing channel and any kind of wagering?
I know you're
activity?
out of that. You'd have to move to a different state. Or my perfect thing to do is if you know it's coming,
Yeah.
and they say, look, within the next 24 hours, it's going to be there. Just fly to another state, right? I mean, just get on a plane.
That might be my normal reaction, right? Just
Fly
get
to
Get
Saratoga.
the blank out of here, yeah.
Go get on a plane. Get
Have
on
fun
a
while everybody else is dying.
trains are running today. Where you can
Yeah.
get on a train and go up to.
If you have enough advance warning, it would be a good idea to, El Splitsky, although sometimes people have done that and they've driven right into the area of peril.
Oh, that's true. It could switch course, but then, I mean, you could always turn around and head back. I mean, if it's going to,
I suppose,
This cone of death, today's Thursday.
Right up my ass.
They're predicting a Thursday to Tuesday to Wednesday landfall,
Yes.
one way or the other.
And it keeps getting bigger, too. It's like they start out, it's just a little red ball, right?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, it's like this giant gargantuan stone that's coming
It's
literally
like
right
when
at
you were
your
a
head.
teenager and you had like a little zit on your face, and
Yeah.
it started out as a little tiny thing, and
Right.
then the next thing you know, you look like a freaking cyclops, right? You're going into school
And it's on the
next
night
day.
where you finally got the date
You
with the
got the
cheerleader.
date of the hot
And you look like a
smoking-
unicorn.
You look,
Right. You're like, what?
you look like you have the
And then you try
Appalachian
some
mountain range on
funky
your.
way of getting rid of it, and it doesn't work. And then, you end up cutting a little piece of a Band-Aid out and sticking it on your
that
head.
on your head. Yeah.
And I said, who are you, Mickey Rourke? Remember when Mickey Rourke tried to box? Never mind the wrestler.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was perfectly cut out and suited to play the wrestler in The Wrestler.
Oh yeah.
Which was an underrated movie. Should that have not been a bigger critical of success?
It was a good movie. I mean, the fact that he looked like Zsa Zsa Gabor. I mean, whatever they did to his face.
No,
I mean,
he really he did. He looked like a lot
he
of
was
the
a
women that you
good-looking
see
kid,
in Boca.
Mickey Rourke, when he was a young
What was the name of
actor.
that place where the older crowd used to be in Boca Raton?
Oh
It's
yeah.
not the same
It was
place
like Night of
anymore.
the Living Dead over there. The Wildflower.
Yeah, it was like Zombie Night. They would
Wildflower
have.
up there.
No,
at
it had like a guy's name or something
Pete's,
like
out on
Pete's.
the, out on Glades Road. That was a
Pete
beauty.
had to be particularly ashamed of himself for putting a place together like this. And I don't know if he's connected or anything, so I apologize if I'm saying anything that's out of line. But,
Pete had to be ashamed of himself due to the
no, what was great was they had other affairs at this place, and it was a pickup bar, and they had a ladies' night like every Thursday or something. And I remember a guy telling me, he says, "Oh man, you got to go to this one, man. The hottest babes
the
I've ever
hottest
seen."
thing you've ever seen.
And then
Meanwhile, they're wheeling these ladies in wheelchairs.
literally,
right?
I mean, and the lips, you thought, whoa, well, look at that, a Goliath grouper. I've never seen one. Did you catch that on the reef? Oh, no, it's Claire. I mean,
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean...
You don't want to date them, you want to hook them, right?
They had other affairs that they catered there, and they had other, like...
They had like
what
a
would that
wedding
be?
in the back, like...
Yeah, like, halls or whatever.
right, banquet halls.
Yeah. So anyway, one day I'm in there, and I see they're literally wheeling an open casket through Pete's
And you said
on
the
a
deal-
ladies' night, and 2 ladies stopped him. And, we're saying that the body was still like, just not quite, wasn't even cold yet. And they were hitting on the guy, thinking it would be an easier way out than actually going through, like, the whole dating process and everything. The guy was already deceased, the desired result. Guys, they gave you a shot of oxygen at the bar. That was the thing, like you would ask for, you say, you want to do a shot? I go, yeah, and the next thing you know, a respirator in my face. Pete's, huh?
Yeah, it was like...
What is it now? It's like a strip club or something.
Night of the Living Dead out there.
That was great, man.
Yeah.
You went up there, you got suckered in?
Well, I did. I had gone through my divorce. This is back in
See,
the
isn't that disappointing, right? You're thinking even your ex looks good at that point.
No, I never thought that. I didn't think that since the day I met her. But anyway... it was the mid-90s, and somebody goes, you got to go to Pete's.
You got to go to Pete's, yeah.
Smoking.
And you gotta remember, you met a guy at the track that was stooping for tickets who told you about it. This was his tip, and he had also given you the 6-horse.
Well, I made
in the
the
fourth
mistake,
race.
and it was kind of a bad mistake that I did go to Pete's, and
Me too. I would.
Well,
I actually on a semi-regular basis.
And
until
I was newly divorced, and I was back out there in the single scene, and I started drinking a little too much. I got really drunk. Met this girl that looked gorgeous to me.
Oh no!
I mean, I could barely see, but anyway, I woke up the next morning, and her teeth were sitting on the nightstand, and her hair was on one of those styrofoam heads, and she basically had no hair and no teeth. But the night I met her, she looked gorgeous.
Great. Yeah. Well, you were a little loopy that night.
I mean, I can't believe. And then when I
you want Flacco?
What I was doing, and I went in to use the bathroom, and it had those
the styrofoam really for the hand.
No, it had the handrails and the seat that was like that high up. I guess she had a bad hip problem.
Was she coming down the stairs on one of those things you sit on? And
well, I grabbed my stuff.
I couldn't make it up the stairs with my arthritis.
Listen, she never moved in the morning. She was very still. So I grabbed my stuff and left. I mean, I don't know if the old broad was dead or not when I got out of there.
She really had a styrofoam head next to the
styrofoam
bed?
head with her hair. She had this beautiful blonde hair.
Well, what about at the wig joint? Did they use the same system there to display the...
Cy, if you're watching, I got another great deal for you.
You should set up a styrofoam head with the face of a woman on it. And have it here as a guide through the show.
And we should sit here and drink and see if it gets better looking as the night goes on.
But you're right about that place. I'm sure there's one in every town, right? Where one of your buddies ribs you, hits you in a rib cage.
This is a sports show. This show is sick. There's something wrong.
We'll leave you with this then. The question we brought, everybody in with, and that is, what disease has Terry Bradshaw not have?
Okay. Well,
what is he not afflicted with? Because he's selling everything right now.
And to all our friends out there...
You would think he had a lobotomy when he played, but he needs one now, after all the things he's suffering from.
For all you people that tuned in to watch a sports show, I'm sorry for what went on here today.
We're at Gulfstream tomorrow, so we should be festive.
Oh, yeah, live from Gulfstream.
Come on out.
So there
I
will
don't know
be
if you
some
can make it back,
horse racing.
The great Pete Aiello was on last week. He was fantastic.
He was great. Yeah, great horse stories.
Great stories about mule racing and all
about
kinds
him
of
making a
stuff.
bet on some horse and then taking the bet off. And
I was a little out of it, and he kind of carried the show.
Yeah, you looked a little out of it.
I was gone. Too many late Thursday nights. All right, thanks everybody for watching. For Jory and Todd, Jersey Kyle Martinez,
Tony's Tuxedos and Tailoring.
You got to get another plug-in for these guys.
I just wanted to mention Tony's one more time. And,
that suit was wild. What did you do with it? Because the garbage was picked up.
No. I got it said. I got to have it cut and tailored.
Leave it in the mailbox or something.
The next time you see me in that suit, I'm going to look really good in it. Okay?
You'll probably be behind bars. And if I can we see you in that suit, what are you talking about?
If I can resurrect,
you'll be standing like this. Going, I thought you knew a bondsman.
If I can resurrect the deal with
right by the bondsman?
It is near the bondsman.
Can't you get a bail bond sponsor or something? We had one once.
I'm working on so that I could eat a lunch here, wear the suits and the wig. If I can put that deal together, I'm made. And a little pack of steel fudge, I'm covered. I'm done. Do you know the money that I can save? This is going to be great. Well, we'll see you tomorrow at live at Gulfstream.
I'm just thinking, our good friend Jeff, the bail bondsman.
Oh yeah,
he's disappeared.
Where is Jeff?
I don't know. No one's heard from him. Jeff, if you're out there, We miss you, buddy.
Call DeFo.
He made a great pizza also. He went from making pizza to being a bail bondsman. A nice transition, like we were talking about yesterday.
I mean, that figures.
These sports, it's a natural thing, right?
It's all got to do with dough, right? I mean,
I don't know what happened. I mean, did he bail out a couple of Ethiopian spies or something? And
won't see him.
They gave him the business.
I hate when that happens. But anyway,
we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.
Yeah,
He's off to work and I'm off to bed. And for Jory and Todd, thanks
for
everybody.
all the people at the streaming network.
Yeah, I hope you guys in New Jersey are still watching. And
I got to tell everybody, if you've missed any part of this show or you haven't seen it and you want to see it,
or you want to sue,
within an hour, this show will be up on the archive shows and you'll be able to watch it again.
Imagine that.
Anybody want to watch it once?
Put your suit on. We'll see you tomorrow from Gulfstream Park.